This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
From what day I may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone got us bag a thing now. Makes true me, I do it like Nike.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by AML Foods Limited, the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board, BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, First Caribbean Bank, Freeport News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Scotiabank, and Tropical Gyros.
Dog, where you did that when they think tough. No food, clean water fi drink up. Now me and the dog, them a link up. Big truck, 20-inch rim, just a spin up. The pioneer just a kicks up. And a hip-hop or calypso. You can't see the star through the tint up. Plus me and the cube and a link up. Rose gold for the cube and
the Thursday, August 17th edition of Talking Heads is on and popping. Your boy Naughty Indie Company right up until 6 p.m. And we got lots to talk about today. We're going to open up the lines for you. Because like I said, we got a lot to talk about, all right? But before we get to that, you know I got to make sure you're in a good place. So I got your trivia lined up. And you know how to sound off. You know how to chime in. But let me remind you, phone lines are open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free in any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. All right, here's what you're working with. You're playing for Dunkin' Donuts coupons, KFC coupons, lunch or dinner, your choice from Naughty Johnny's and Joker's Wild Party passes. All right? So the bag is fully loaded. And this is what you're working with. Ooh, this is a good one. Ooh, man. This is crazy. There's a couple of these I could go with today. My goodness. This is really good. Anyway, we can go right here with this right here. Recent survey of 100 Bahamians. Or actually married couples. So that's 100 Bahamians that are married. So 50 couples. All right? 25 men, 25 women. The survey revealed that roughly 55% of Bahamian households has one of these. What is it? That's your brain teaser. You got between now and the news and the top of the 5 o'clock hour to get your answers in and get your answers on. All right? That's how you chime in. All right? And I want to see what you're working with. Recent survey, 50 married couples, 25 men, 25 women. Survey revealed that 55% of Bahamian homes have one of these. What is it? Right out the gate, you could say a washer? Okay. And we're off. All right, while y'all work on that, I'm going to work on this. The headline is who or what's making headlines in the 242. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. New arrivals in stock right now. Check them out online, finethreads.com. Do your shopping online, then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. Top of the Hill, Mackey Street, the flagship store, or the Southwest Shopping Plaza location. And both of those locations available for you Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. All right. Here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views that matter since 1844. And feel free to chime in at any time as I begin. Girl 11 impregnated by mother's boyfriend. Now, this has been making the rounds all day today. It's absolutely nauseating. Girl aborted the baby, Monroe says. An 11-year-old girl was reportedly impregnated by her mother's boyfriend and later had an abortion using pills, Minister of National Security Wayne Monroe said yesterday. Matters like that are troubling because the child must have a safe place to go, feel safe, and that they know somebody who they can report it to, Monroe said. Monroe said he received a report on the matter between Sunday and Monday. He said incidents like this are happening all across the country. Police did not report the matter to the press. Why? Police are also investigating a report that an 8-year-old girl was sexually assaulted by her neighbor. On Monday, the victim's father made a complaint to officers at the South Central Police Station that his daughter was sexually assaulted by her neighbor that day. In July, police reported that a 9-year-old girl who was playing outside her home was kidnapped and sexually assaulted by a man. Monroe, who was asked about recent incidents of sexual assault against children on the sidelines of Cybersecurity Forum yesterday, warned would-be convicted sex offenders that their status as a sex offender would be made public after their release, which I agree with you on, Mr. Monroe. Many a time I've done a gig in the United States on the road, driving in between towns, in between gigs, and when you go through certain portions, you see the signs. And I mean, that's where we need to be. Now, we don't want it to border into vigilante justice, because we don't ever want to see vigilantism, but I think we need to have a proper way of actually exposing these predators. As a matter of fact, Mr. Monroe sent out some more information today regarding the release of another sexual predator. The Minister of National Security, Wayne Monroe, is warning members of the public about the release of a serial sex offender, 47-year-old Sidney Cooper. Cooper has 15 convictions for indecent assault and once groped a female prosecutor in front of the magistrate. All right, so, you know. And this has been released on the National News Network. Released today on ZNS. Sexual offender Sidney Cooper, 47, is set to be released on Friday, August 18th. Bahamas has seen an increase in cyber attacks, Monroe says. There's been an increase in cyber attacks and data breaches to the Bahamas Public Infrastructure Ministry of National Security, Wayne Monroe said yesterday. Monroe warned that the country's digital footprints expand, or as the country's digital footprint expands, there are several factors that have contributed to the creation of a lucrative environment for cyber criminals. So see, not a little sleepy island nation, are we? Not all about tourism. There's all kind of opportunities here for all kind of predators. AG, government still finalizing DNA rules for proof of paternity. Deltec Bank outlook for second half of 2023 highly positive. UB to publish new study on marital rape. And the trial of a policeman accused of murder delayed until 2024. But that's just some of the headlines, though. But what do you think? I mean, where are we at, people? My God, the children. A 9-year-old kidnapped, sexually assaulted. An 11-year-old impregnated by her mother's boyfriend, only to have an abortion. An 8-year-old girl sexually assaulted by a neighbor. And we have the Minister of National Security right here, doing his due diligence, at least letting us know about who's coming out, and there is a rise on attacks on children. But what about the loopholes in the law that you can close now in your capacity to eliminate some of the things moving forward? Naughty, I don't know what Monroe dealing with. I know the community wants to know about sexual predators, but that also seems like a death sentence to me. Boy, a lot of y'all, y'all way off on y'all answers today. My God. Y'all not even close. Y'all got to come and look at the percentages that I gave, remember, you said it was 55%, okay? Okay? No. Y'all got some real good, not a fire alarm, not a fire extinguisher, not a dishwasher. Garage. Child maid, housekeeper, no. Y'all putting in some good answers, but none are right. Give you a hint. Man, come on, I gave you a hint. 55% of the people surveyed said they have one of these in their home. Good answer, but wedding certificate. Shouldn't 100% have that in their home? Not 55. I mean, okay then. Wedding photo album, that's a pretty good one right there. No, y'all are way off. Y'all are way off. I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with one of the sponsors of my show. How about that? Uh-huh. Y'all go work on that. Work on that. Gets to working on that. All right. Let's get ready to get to the first break, Mr. Producer. But before I get there, I got a little FYI for you because I like to keep you in the know and get you where you want to go. And got to remind you, getting ready to get into the buzz. On the flip side of the break, we'll get into the buzz, brought to you by John Shoes. Don't forget, John's is the authorized distributor of Chef Work Chefwear, the most respected global culinary brand. John carries chef jackets, chef aprons, pants, and hats, all designed to keep culinary professionals cool and comfortable. John's is also now carrying a chef knife sets by Mercer Culinary Tools that make for a better all-around chef. All of this is available for you at John's Careware, Rosetta Street and Carmichael, both locations. All right, available for you Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And remember, John's, serving you is a pleasure. We'll also check out the Global Warming on the flip side of the break, all brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. And don't forget, connect with your loved ones this summer with a bucket of delicious KFC fried chicken. Sharing is caring, Bahamas, so this summer let's bucket together. KFC's signature buckets make the perfect addition to any party or beach picnic. Complete with delicious fried chicken and sides you love, KFC's buckets have got you covered this summer. Nobody does chicken like KFC. Let's bucket together. And, of course, you know, it's all about Dunkin'. And listen, people, Dunkin' ready to pop off with some great things, all right? First and foremost, you know, it's all about beating the heat with that strawberry cheesecake latte. All right? That's off the chain, and it's all good, all right? But don't forget, Dunkin' got some big things popping, all right? And coming up real soon. So I'll keep you privy to that and let you know. All right, but that strawberry cheesecake latte is definitely off the chain. You definitely want to check it out today. Available for you at your favorite Dunkin'. Downtown Bay Street, Paradise Island, Palmdale, Brennan Road with the drive-thru, East Street South with the drive-thru, Carmichael, the newest location. All right? Out at the airport, pre-clearance and post-clearance, and arrival, so no reason for you not to be running on Dunkin'. Naughty, these predators need to be posted to the individuals whose areas they will be living in. We know they repeat, so let's keep people safe. I agree. Dishwasher, cookbook, Bible, vacuum cleaner, bachelor degree, bar, knife set, coffee machine, KFC. But no, but y'all ain't even close. Not with coffee making, microwave, iron, no. No. Reel and come again. Let's get to the break, Mr. Producer. Flip side of the break, we'll get into the buzz by John Shoes. We'll check out the global warming machine of the planet in 60 seconds or less. All brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. And we'll get into my Dunkin' Donuts coffee break again, and we'll keep chopping it up. Texas, I see you. I'll pick up your text on the flip side of the break. Caller, I see you. We'll get to you on the flip side of the break as the Thursday, August 17th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Get the flavor explosion that'll satisfy all your bacon cravings. The KFC Sweet and Smoky Bacon Sandwich from the Fried Chicken Experts features 2 crispy strips of bacon on a premium 100% white meat chicken filet, layered with 2 slices of cheese, smoky chipotle mayo, and our secret surprise, sweet bacon jam, all stacked on a buttery brioche bun. Experience the sweet and smoky explosion today, as it's here for a limited time. KFC Sweet and Smoky Bacon Sandwich. It's finger-licking good.
Shavara, Roca, Eneas, Chickchani Farms. I don't think I chose farming. I think farming chose me. Winning this award would definitely give us the funding that we need to start our farming season. Most persons who are in the agriculture field realize that at the start of the season, which is in the next couple of weeks, you do always need a bulk of cash. I think we have a great track record for the work that we've been doing in agriculture over the last 10 years. And so when I saw the opportunity for an award like this, I figured, you know what, I should just go ahead and enter.
The Agrarian Awards, September 16th.
Put your best foot forward this school year by shopping at John's for your back-to-school foot care needs. From toddlers to college students, have your child looking smart in a pair of Hush Puppies, Sperry, Easy Strider brand styles, and many more. Durable and sharp, the kids will step with confidence all year. Need socks and a belt? We've got you covered. And don't forget a new backpack and lunch containers. You can find all this and more at the best prices and customer service in town at John's on Rosetta Street and Carmichael Road. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Okay, school bag, books, pencils, uniform. Oh Lord, and I gotta buy snacks too?
Just lay it on the line.
The Guardian Media Group and AML Foods want to help families in need with our first ever Back to School Snackathon. What's a snackathon? Well, we want to help by assisting in donating school snacks to children that may need them as they head back to school this year. To be a part of our snackathon, all you have to do is shop at your favorite Solomon Superstore or Fresh Market. At the store, you can donate your pre-existing loyalty points, or you can donate cash directly at the register. Every single penny will go towards purchasing snacks that will be donated for distribution by the Bahamas Feeding Network and Hands for Hunger. Together, we can ensure that every child that opens their backpack this year will have a snack and a smile.
Get involved, get involved. Get involved, get involved.
What would you do with extra cash? Plan a trip.
Overhaul my wardrobe.
With CIBC First Caribbean, you can get comfy with savings on your mortgage costs. Buy or build your home or switch your mortgage to us and get up to US $1,000 off the loan application fee. Up to US $2,000 off home insurance. With up to US $10,000 towards switching costs, your pockets will be comfy too. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/get comfy for more information. Conditions apply.
Ready for something very delicious this summer? Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte. Enjoy the bold flavors of Dunkin' Espresso and sweet, luscious strawberry, all topped with velvety whipped cream and irresistible cookie crumbles for a match made in latte heaven. Make Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte your go-to beverage this summer. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Talking Heads continues right now, the Thursday, August 17th edition. And boy, I tell you, a lot of people fired up. Texters, your answers are still all wrong. You're all doing good now, and I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you chiming in, all of you. But boy, yeah, no, none of you all even close right now. King-size bed, coffee maker, deep fryer, air fryer, dog, housekeeper, maid, child heater, garage. No, man. Treadmill or some other type of exercise equipment. Coffee, espresso machine. No. And when I tell you this answer, you all could be so hot, and I gave you a hint and that's something to do with my sponsors, and you all still can't get it. My God. I done tell Mr. Producer Dance, he laughing at y'all right now, you know. No, not a TV. Not a TV. All right. Naughty, if this sexual offender group, the female prosecutor, how is it that he's getting out 3 years later? Coming out with the same intent to commit the same crimes, no less. Fix these laws. That's some of the loopholes I was referring to that the present Minister of National Security, if he puts on that hat instead of the public defender's hat or the defense attorney's hat, might be able to help the country, on the bigger scale moving forward for the long term. But I don't know. Maybe that might be bad for business. So we continue down the same road we're on with 11-year-olds impregnated by a mother's boyfriend. 9-year-olds getting abducted and kidnapped and sexually assaulted. Sexual predators getting released. Where are we in 2023? Really? Where are we? Are we where we really want to be? Is all this slapping up and taking stands for political, colors and tribalism and partisan. Come on, man. Really, that's what it's gotten us? It's gotten us to where we really want to be? And I know you have issues like this all over the world, but they never were headline issues in our country. That's what we've gotten now? Really? Anyway, let's get into the buzz. All brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. And I'm still buzzing on the fact on a couple of things. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. See what this caller got to say, Mr. Producer. Mr. Producer, check the caller, please. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, we don't hate you. You're just naughty by nature.
What's going on, Ghetto News Network?
Man, let me tell you something. I am so angry with what's going on, especially with these babies. You know what I mean? We worry about all kind of other things and marital rape amongst big people and BBL and all them things. When us big time adults could fix them, but ain't nobody. Look, they focus on what is happening to these babies, naughties. But you know what is the most alarming thing about this whole thing? The Minister of National Security, if I remember correctly, he's the one that told a sexual offender that got 4 years, or told the nation that 4 years was too harsh, right? For that person, right? We was angry with him for that. He's the one that's going around now saying that little children, underage children, could technically give us consent, right?
No, sir. Listen to me. I'm never buying into that, okay?
I wouldn't shout. But that's what he said. And then he came to the prison to go see this fella with 15 tags or more on him to ask him why you do that. And if the fella that lied him and gave him a good answer like they normally do, he probably we would have never known this man was walking amongst us until something else happened. What I convinced these fellas be sending the part and they the wrong dudes. They the wrong dudes. The other one who was the chairman of the same party years ago was talking about he campaigning for condoms to be in prison.
Correct.
The wrong,
Correct.
Yeah, these are wrong dudes we sending for sure.
It always seems like they got their client's best interest at heart and not the country.
Not the country. But not even, why you think Bahamas people can't see this?
Because we are the conch, my brother. We are the conch. We like it this way.
Man, I'm highly disappointed in Wayne Monroe. He ain't no KC. He is a he's one KFC, but he is a KFCA.
No, don't do KFC like that. No. If you're gonna compare him to a clown, then you got to go with that. Do it with the red nose and the big M. Not the KFC. Because we have colonels, we have generals, we have leaders. You know what I mean?
I almost put 2 other letters in there with that KF.
Yeah. Believe that.
Okay, man.
Be safe, man, and behave yourself. You like to try jinx me, get on that right. You was my boy, but if I listen to you like Pearly, you'll throw something in there quick, and then I just answer it faster than than my brain could tell me not to. And then we have a problem. 4:45 p.m. is the time. And none of y'all are right, man. Not a pressure cooker, not a bicycle, not a clock, not a flashlight. Naughty, here's something I want you to look at in today's Tribune. We're still working out the cost of the Jubilee celebrations. Yeah, man, they're still working out the cost of Bermuda Gate, too, and how much they got to pay back for that. So, Jubilee is in line on the runway after a Bermuda Gate takeoff. Then we'll see how much we spend on Jubilee. And when I say we, I mean me and you, the taxpayers. That's another good question. Who paid for the African dictator to come? And why? But yeah, yeah. I tell you, it's one big party. One big party. That's it. And the more things change, the more they stay the same. Let me check the text line. Naughty, honestly, I feel like we're where we are from many years ago. It's simply, honestly, I feel like we're where we are from many years ago. It is simply being reported more now. And honestly, Mr. Monroe is giving me red flags attitude. I find some of his comments in regards to rape to be careless, and there's no push to tighten the laws on this matter. Good point there, Texter. Mentioned it earlier. Very good point. Which hat is he really wearing? All right, Texas, I know. Listen, I promise you today, y'all could be so mad. Y'all could pull over and slap yourself. Not a picture frame, not a teapot, not a set of dishes, not an old cell phone. Man, an old cell phone, radio, record, CD player, favorite plate, cup, utensil, old pillow, a blanket, tuxedo, a little black dress. Boy, y'all got some good answers, but none right. Y'all could be so hot when I give you this answer. And it does have something to do with my sponsors, and y'all missing it. Oh, God. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
And guess who?
It's the racket jaw, bucket mouth, goblin meister himself, Sparky. What's happening?
Boy, you hear what happened Saturday night?
You fall out. That's what I hear.
Well, I tell you the truth. I told you I was going to make it there, right?
And you made a grand entrance and a grand exit.
The last thing I remember, I said, Naughty Sparky in the house.
Well, at least you remember me bigging you up and then you fall out. But what you got for me today? I'm glad I know you're doing better.
You ain't bring me out. You turned me in the you turned me in a comedian lambast. If I hear you lambast me.
No, man, I made you part of the show.
And guess what? Right after that, I saw your whole show. You know, I wasn't doing no brown bottles for a whole week.
Right.
But I came down there and I told my boy to the bar, I say, I want a gin and tonic. And the doctor say, don't drink no brown rum.
You tell me that. And he say, he give you more than gin and tonic, but he must give you lighter fluid. Eh?
No. I say, look here, I want you to put a cap, just a cap for the gin, with some tonic and a squish of lime. And then I go on in there, then you come on, and boy, look, you carry on, then you left. There was a little short, little round, basketball-looking fella.
Yeah, man.
Come on after you.
Sparky, I'm glad you enjoyed the show, man, for sure. And we got more coming up, so you got to get there, but you can't fall out halfway through. You got to see the whole show.
But guess what happened, Naughty? After that, I was waiting for the other people, the stars, to come on. The next thing I know, Naughty, you know, I had to walk upstairs with bad knees. The next thing I know, Naughty, I was downstairs in the lobby with all kind of ambulance attendants around me. The manager from Breezes and the security guard. I asked Angie, who took me there. I said, what happened? She said, boy, they had to lift you out and carry you downstairs. I said, what?
Yeah, Sparky, I mean, they had to lift you out and carry you out. Let me ask you a question. This administration you support so much, look like they can get lifted out and carried out too, because look like they ready to buck right up now.
But Naughty right up and now, Naughty, I told him, Sparky, self-preservation plays law of nature, right?
Yeah, well, you got to self-preservate, man.
So Naughty, I was there, the security guard, the manager of Breezers, the two attendants from the ambulance. I didn't even know they'd call an ambulance for me.
Yeah, they did all of that. You explained all of this to us on Monday when we spoke about it.
But Monday I forget about that.
Yeah, boy, that must have been some good gin, boy, because you forget all about that from Saturday night. You talk about this all on Monday.
But then, guess what, Naughty? The people that and to them, I say, you want to go to the hospital? I say the Prime Minister don't want to go to PMH. Why I won't go there? I want Auntie to drop me home, boy.
Well, you get drop home and you're on your phone and you're doing your thing. But Sparky, look, what about these headlines? Girl 11 impregnated by mother's boyfriend.
Boy, naughty. See, I think we need some Muslim laws in this country, you know.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, naughty don't do it. See, we tired of talking now. We tired of talking in this country. When them big grown men fool with little children, cut it off. When you put him in jail, first breakfast tomorrow morning should be a Purity Bakery hot dog bun. Boil that thing they call a penis.
All right, Sparky, we get your point, man. We got some other callers to get.
And that should be his breakfast in the morning.
Man, Sparky, I appreciate you calling, man, but I was going to watch the Yankee game today, man. I had some hot dogs lined up down here. I ain't none of that. Guess we doing tacos for the game tonight instead. Let's go to the next caller. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
This is Maria.
How are you, Maria?
Naughty, how are you?
I'm good. What's going on, Maria?
I heard that story from that gentleman before. That's not national issues. Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to embarrass him or anything, but his life story is not our issue. Okay?
That's fair enough.
All I need to know from Mr. Monroe, which hat is he wearing when he's representing the Bahamas and its citizens?
That's a very good question, Maria. And I'll be honest
with you.
I really
need to know if he is interested or performing for his career after he leaves.
Well, that's what I alluded to. You got to remember which hat he's wearing and when he's wearing it, and we got to look at some of the statements he makes and some of the positions he takes. Because remember, he's not guaranteed another term in office, so he may be out with this administration at the end of 5 years. So, do you really think he's gonna make it bad for business? He got to go back into that.
Not guaranteed the Bahamian citizens that. Okay, but it is really, really poor. It's poor what he does when it comes to representing us nationally. Come on.
No, I agree.
What you know something? I wonder if they ever stop to put themselves in our position. What if such horrific things would happen to their immediate family members?
Very good point, caller.
You have a good day.
We never really hear about it. And remember now, Mr. Christie said years ago, with a certain high-profile situation, now they've gotten one of us.
Oh, okay.
So who are we? We not one of them. We one of them, one of the others, right? And that kind of reflects the same way a lot of things are broken down into this country when certain administrations are in. Rules for me and rules for thee.
Okay. Yet they wonder why we don't have any right collectively. Bahamians don't respect them.
So you're right. Until it hits their doorstep, it matters.
Okay.
When it don't hit the doorstep, it doesn't matter. We don't matter.
Okay.
That's why the conch got to take the mallet back and start bracing back. Hit back. It's time for the conch to hit back.
We are.
But good.
We are.
Swing harder and hit lower and hit high and hit everywhere in between.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for your call. I appreciate you, man. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, let's check out the text lines. Naughty, I was very disappointed in the answer that the Minister of National Security gave in reference to the incident involving the 11-year-old child. Is he for real? With answers like that, sometimes you have to question. And the man is quite brilliant, you know. But you have to understand, in his brilliance, he knows, you got to hedge his bets. He's not going to be in this capacity forever. Boy, you all really did well with these answers. None were right, though. Man, none of you are right. My God, trash cans, drinking glasses, mugs, pots and pans, cutlery, kitchen towel, frying pan, shampoo, coats, candles, mixer. No! All of you are wrong. Naughty, just like Brave Sparky's got to be on some sort of gin. I hope Wayne Monroe, the big shot lawyer, is in that shuffle when it comes. Not matches. All right, Mr. Producer, so we got to take the break now and go straight into the news, right? That should carry us there? I'm looking time-wise. All right, so this time I'll tell you, you guys did excellent with your answers. Okay? And you all put in all kind of machines and coffee makers and everything, and you all really tried to use that hint I gave you, and you played hard. You really did. But none of you took into consideration when I said my sponsors. BTC happens to be one of my sponsors. And no, it wasn't an old rotary phone, and it wasn't a cell phone, but an answering machine. 55% of these houses still say they have answering machines in them, in their homes. So yes, you all had some good answers. And one who just texted me, who obviously ain't listening to me tell the answer, saying ice maker, no, and not an ice cream maker either. It was an answering machine. Answering machine. And that's your answer. And we don't have a winner. All right? But like I said, at the end of the day, even though some of his comments seem to be a little bit awry, and obviously, you know, you have to look at the capacity of what he was in prior to this position. He's still a very learned gentleman, and I'll never take that from him. All right? So sometimes you got to look back and scratch your head at people's method, but maybe there's a method to his madness. But got to be a little more sensitive on some of these remarks, though, because it's not going well in the court of public opinion there, Mr. Monroe. All right? And your intentions may be good, but your delivery is way off. Some people may be losing the message. But anyway, I digress. Let's get to the break. Flip side of the break, we'll be into the 5 o'clock hour. We'll be talking sports. Pearlie will be in the building. We'll be talking Bahamas Baseball Association, who was scheduled to be here yesterday, called early and couldn't be, and then Murphy was alive and I couldn't be, so it all worked out. But we got lots to talk about today. Lots to talk about. And I know Pearlie's fired up. So we're going to get it in and get it on the flip side of the break when we talk sports right here. It's the Thursday, August 17th edition of Talking Heads. Continues right after this.
Ready for something very delicious this summer? Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Latte. Enjoy the bold flavors of Dunkin' Espresso and sweet, luscious strawberry, all topped with velvety whipped cream and irresistible cookie crumbles for a match made in latte heaven. Make Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Latte your go-to beverage this summer. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year.
Percy's Pension Plan. Island game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan. Dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan. Island game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan. From the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
What would you do with extra cash? Plan a trip.
Overhaul my wardrobe.
With CIBC First Caribbean, you can get comfy with savings on your mortgage costs. Buy or build your home or switch your mortgage to us and get up to US $1,000 off the loan application fee. Up to US $2,000 off home insurance. With up to US $10,000 towards switching costs, your pockets will be comfy too. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/get comfy for more information. Conditions apply.
Okay, school bag, books, pencils, uniform. Oh, Lord. And I gotta buy snacks too?
Just lay it on the line.
The Guardian Media Group and AML Foods want to help families in need with our first ever Back to School Snackathon. What's a snackathon? Well, we want to help by assisting in donating school snacks to children that may need them as they head back to school this year. To be a part of our snackathon, all you have to do is shop at your favorite Solomon Superstore or Fresh Market. At the store, you can donate your pre-existing loyalty points, or you can donate cash directly at the register. Every single penny will go towards purchasing snacks that will be donated for distribution by the Bahamas Feeding Network and Hands for Hunger. Together, we can ensure that every child that opens their backpack this year will have a snack and a smile.
Get involved, get involved. Get involved, get involved.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. Buy your local paper at Freeport convenience stores, Western Bakery, De Gregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Want to reach your Grand Bahama customers? Then call Barefoot Marketing at 827-4578 or message them for ad rates via their Facebook page. Advertising opportunities now include classified ads too. Keep up with all the latest Grand Bahama news in the Nassau Guardian newspaper every Tuesday.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by AML Foods Limited, the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board, BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, First Caribbean Bank, Freeport News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Scotiabank, and Tropical Gyros.
We're back at you on the Thursday, August 17th edition of Talking Heads. Into the 5 o'clock hour, talking sports. Look out for Pearly there, Mr. Producer. We got Pearly? Keep an eye out for him. Pearly should be chiming in short order. And while we wait for the Pearl, let me go over a couple of these texts that I got. Naughty, these predators need to be posted Tell Wayne Monroe not to be selective of whose picture they post. If you post the small man, you post the big man as well. Like we may soon have an MP predator. Whee!
What?
Apparently, since you just chimed in just like that out of nowhere, where you just come from, though?
You keep calling me. I couldn't get in.
Then you could just put a thumbs up or something and say, I got you. But you didn't even blue tick me, bro.
Well, I had to make sure some things were in order before I get on the show.
Right. But anyway, just in a brief synopsis, the fact that certain, sexual offender is going to be released tomorrow. The Minister of National Security made an announcement today. The text simply says, if you're going to post a picture of the small man, you need to post a picture of the big man. Like we may soon have an MP as a predator.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, let's see how it turns out.
Brother, you're no stranger to this, chair. You know how our texters go.
I know how to go. I can say, we'll see how it goes.
Why is one man being highlighted, an individual being singled out by the Minister of National Security?
That's an interesting question. And that's the question I asked, because is he the only one being let out?
No, right. My thing is you shouldn't be individualized, but you should, I stand for, you need to have a registry of sexual predators and sexual offenders.
But I thought that was done. That's not done? I thought that was done.
No, but I mean, you need to know who they are. Meaning, if you want to move it...
all part of the Marco law and all that?
Correct. If you move into this neighborhood, that's separate. Marco law is for the alerts, you know, as far as child, you know, missing children go, and obviously, you know, the attacks against children. So I guess it could fall under that umbrella. But what I'm saying is, you need to have a general one. If you know 5 coming out, all 5 need to be listed.
Yeah.
And if you're in that neighborhood, you need to know, okay, a sexual predator lives in your neighborhood.
Well, okay, yeah, all right.
So what, Pearly? We don't post, and then we have more tragedies continue and more incidents happen?
No, I'm not disputing that. Listen to me. If it's one thing I could tolerate or accept, I shouldn't say accept, but I can try to help those fellas who get the problems with things, right? But when it comes to this,
no, sir.
I got no feelings for you, bro. Sorry. No is no, and a child is a child. I got no feelings for you.
All right.
I'm sorry.
So let's jump in with today in sports history by Naughty Johnnies. And then you and I have some things to talk about.
The Dodgers in this one.
Yeah, but before we get to the Dodgers, we got to talk about local baseball.
Well,
you see what I sent you today? And before I run hot, because even though we weren't here yesterday, some people had flaked on us prior to, and I really didn't appreciate that. Because we gave them
they were. That's all right. That's no problem.
Just, you know, this like Goodfellas. If you tell me, hey, Paulie, I got this one. It's okay. I can leave it to you because you're a fellow made man. But let them know, Paulie over.
It may have been.
Paulie over here, little hot. Paulie ready to throw somebody in the trunk.
No, but I think that they have to cross some T's and dot some I's. This is a lot deeper than what we're seeing on surface.
Well, let me get today in sports history out of the way, and we'll jump right back into this. I think that's only fair. And it's a short one today in sports history, man. Brought to you by Naughty Johnnies. Only 3 things happened on August 17th. 1894, John Wadsworth of Louisville set a major league record when he gave up 28 base hits in a single game. 1973, Lee Trevino got the first hole-in-one of his career at the USI Golf Classic in Sutton, Massachusetts. 1986, Pete Rose of the Reds was struck out for his last at-bat by San Diego Padres relief pitcher Rich Goose Gossage. 2 great ones went at it right there. Sports quote of the day, you need to play with supreme confidence or else you'll lose again, and then losing becomes a habit. Joe Paterno. All right, so that's today in sports history, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnnies. Now we can get into the local sports scene, all brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. And listen, it's all about the return of that original chicken sandwich at Burger King Nassau, Pearly. Oh, man. You remember them back in the day? The long one? Not the round one, but the long one?
I remember.
And you get it with the chicken filet patty. You get the cheese, the lettuce, the tomato. Man, you got apple pie. My God. It's
Sound like you stopping you on the way home because like you going across the street and then stopping you on the way home because you're trying to get people hungry.
Are you hungry now? But ready to walk out here and leave you doing the show and go get it and come back? Like, man, this look good. I believe I might have to do.
I going to say that.
Boy, look here. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, I digress. Let's get into the local sports scene. And yesterday, the Bahamas Baseball Association, supposed to be on the show, contacted us earlier today. We're waiting for some more correspondence from Concabe. All right? And apparently they said the committee wanted to hold off until they received the Concabe document. But the International Baseball Governing Body supports the penalties, and they were waiting to give us their official communication. Well, the official communication came today, correct? From the Confederación del Caribe de Béisbol, Concabe.
Yeah.
All right? And this came from the minister's desk. All right? And all the way from Curacao.
Yes.
All right? Where the head office is. All right? And, well, that's what the letterhead said, but the letter came from the Dominican Republic. Dear Mr. President, Mr. Samuel Rogers, President of the Bahamas Baseball Association. Dear Mr. President, after a special Caribbean greeting, we are writing the communication to support the Bahamas Baseball Association on the decision recently submitted of suspending to Mr. Greg Burrows Sr. and Mr. Greg Burrows Jr. for violating the rules of the Caribbean Babe Ruth Baseball Championship. Despite the Kokabe and the Babe Ruth League events are not related in their activities, we share the membership of your institution, and by sharing this membership between both entities, we understand that any decisions that the BBA assume after a violation of regulation in the tournament, we have to support that decision. Having said that, the Kokabe support the 5-year suspension of Mr. Greg Burroughs Sr. and the 15 years of Mr. Greg Burroughs Jr. from all baseball activities regarding our Caribbean institution and all of our superiors like the Kopabe, WBSC, or World Baseball Series Championship, Americas, and the WBSC. We'd like further to say a pleasant goodbye on behalf of the Caribbean Baseball. All right. So now you got 2 letters. One from Mr. Burroughs' side, from Babe Ruth, full support of him. Now you have the support letter from Kokabe in full support of the Bahamas Baseball Association. My question, did they reach out to Kokabe before they made the penalties or after?
Does it matter?
Well,
they have the Kokabe can't tell them what penalties to give.
No, I understand, but what
I would think they met as an association.
See, what I'm looking for is now uniformity, meaning if Mr. Burroughs is going to be the example and Greg Jr. is going to be the example, then the next time we have somebody pop off in the region within these tournaments, they need to be meted out with the same penalties.
Well, I am pretty much certain, because if I see
because now we've standardized it.
I see how MLB acts and deal with things. I am pretty certain that stuff like this is not a first-time offense, a first-time penalty like this, I'm sure. And if we do some research, we probably find out that others have been penalized. So, I think we need to ride it out a little longer and let's allow BBA to finish their due diligence. I think something else is coming. And once that is done, I'm pretty certain they'll be ready to talk.
All right. So I would like to still see if we can get them back on here, Pearlie. Because
I'm going to speak to them again.
Go back to them again. I got my ear to the ground in baseball. A lot of people reach out to me, and one of the major consensus from coaches, players, parents, and officials, because a lot have talked to me, are basically, now that we're at this juncture in the country where we're talking about baseball because of an unfortunate incident, where do we go from here to make it positive? And what are the BBA's plans, for that? How much are they going to get involved?
That's one of the reasons why I said I'd rather hold on a couple more days, allow them to do their due diligence. I'm sure this is still pretty ripe in their midst, and let them do some more due diligence.
All right. Well, let's get this call, Pearlie, and then from there we can talk basketball, because we got a lot of texts. We want to talk about the Bahamas versus Argentina, and we're gonna get to it, folks. You can't be telling me and Pearlie when to talk about things. This is like a restaurant. You're on your appetizer right now. We'll be getting to your main course in a second. Okay, Texas?
What are they making noise about?
Talk about Argentina, beating Argentina, and how we'll qualify for the Olympics. So as soon as we get through this caller, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
I think
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get to the caller. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Hey, Marty, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
All right, man. Pretty, everything cool? I've been listening to you guys ever since you all started. Always like the sports history note. I was trying to get you before you started, but anyhow, you all already started onto the local baseball stuff.
But what you got for us, though?
My recommendation with regards to sports history, you need to find some Bahamian history to put in after that. You just talk about mostly is the foreign history for sports, but try to see if you could include Bahamian history, sports history as well on those days.
All right, I'll see if we have down to the daily basis of Bahamian sports history. I don't know if we have it down to the day-by-day breakdown like international sports history, but I'll do my best to get some Bahamian sports history in there for you.
Well, I hope that they've been keeping the records. That's another story.
That's why I said it like that, but you sure read between the lines.
Yeah. We tend to have, in our country, and in a lot of areas, associations and so forth, we tend to have a bad record of bad history of keeping records.
Yeah, very,
But I
very
hope
true.
that there's something that we can find, and even from this day, we can send a clarion call out to all the associations, federations. They can start keeping proper records.
But that's what
so
I'm.
that these things could be noted.
That's what I'm gonna follow up with. I'm gonna reach out to some of these federations because they should have a body, you know, a history, a basic history of the federation. And so,
Yeah, and just one more. Yeah, that brings me to another point that I wanted to ask. I stand to be corrected, but where are we at with a Hall of Fame, a sports Hall of Fame for our country?
I think we have. I think we have a sports hall of fame as you come through the airport, if I'm not mistaken. All that as you walk through, they have a sports hall of fame right down there with a lot of our athletes. Purdy maybe can answer this one a little bit better than me.
I see that and those, and then you got the Walk of Fame. They call it out by the stadium. But
correct.
I think notwithstanding that, I think it should be go to a museum,
like a building, like how they have the
building where things could be preserved. It could be some portions to visit, schools to visit, and all of those things. And I think a lot more they could be. And even if you take it all, and instead of having one for baseball, one for softball, one for volleyball, you could have one big building that could sectionize it
That's
off.
a very good idea, Caller. Very good idea.
It's not recommend. Listen, I had these things on the drawing board for years. It's just that nobody doesn't listen sometimes.
Man,
The people who need to hear these things.
You got me and Purdy be listening. Maybe we can get some other people to listen, and maybe we can get something like that done because I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right.
Keep up the good work. Enjoy listening to you guys, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. Good stuff, man. Thanks for listening. All right. We had another caller. You could call back, caller. I don't know, Mr. Producer, saw your number. Hit me back. We'll grab you. There you go, Mr. Producer. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Ricardo. Good day, Naughty, and then your co-host.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Hey, right here. Listen, I been a bit around baseball a little while. I got two kids who were involved in it. One is off to college. And I've been associated with Greg Bowers. Came under his system. Also played at my kids played at JVLN for the latter part. I think the penalty was just too severe. I mean, I know those two guys. I know they could get passionate, and it was overdone, and there should be some punishment. But I think, what is the baseline for that punishment? If they did that over water and maybe some verbal abuse, I mean, that was severe for that kind of in the majors. I mean,
I think that,
or if you touch the umpire, you get a couple of games.
No, but there was some physical confrontation as well, so I'm hearing, because there's actually been, if I'm not mistaken, still a report made and filed with the police.
Right, but that may be the case, and they should that may be a different matter that could be taken care of. But 15 years, man.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You know, and we know what they're involved in. You know the contribution. I thought that we could. Let's say you give them a couple of years, you give them one less a year, maybe Greg Jr. 5 years instead of 15 years, or even 3 to 5. I think that.
I say I agree with you with your sentiment about, because people will look at the penalties in varying degrees. So I get your point about the penalty being too severe. But I just want, for clarity's sake, to say it wasn't just over water and verbal abuse. There was a physical altercation there as well.
Yeah, and then lastly,
so you got to keep it 100 though. We got to keep it 100.
Hold on a minute. Right. My understanding is, and my understanding is, the physical abuse one was not taken into account by the BBA. That's something different, because what they're talking about is the verbal abuse and the throwing of a water bottle. There is a plastic bottle, it could be a glass bottle, it was a water bottle thrown and some other things. He was put out of the stadium, he came back. That's the stuff that they're looking at. Now,
so they didn't even take
that's too severe, man. I mean, you know what? In the majors, when they rub up against a referee or umpire, they get a couple of games of suspension. What are we trying to do, man? We can't. We contributed so much to try to prove something to the international community.
One second, caller. Pearly, let me ask you, so nowhere into this was taken into the physical situation?
Because that has been denied. So that's an investigation that's being done.
Okay, so then maybe this was a little bit severe for that incident right there. Maybe we should be looking at,
But like I've been saying,
3 and 10, 3 and 7.
I'm suggesting we let the BBA do their due diligence, and when they're ready to talk, we can get the full story. Because right now, we're speculating a little bit. And I would want to be fair.
But hold on, Pearly. Pearly, and I get that, but you gotta understand how I see it too. You were ready to come on and talk about it, and now we waiting to do our due diligence.
Yeah, but
Ma'am, your due diligence should have been done full 100 up front before you vetted out any penalty.
Let me go. Let me just do this before I can take over. I don't hold up the show, but I think, they already said it. They already passed on the penalty, so we're only talking about the penalty phase and what was discussed. And so I think, I'm saying, man, listen, let's not try to impress the international community with these against our own. Let's be reasonable, because if you're saying this with us, I mean, what is it? What offense could be lesser than that you could get a lesser penalty for? Because I can't see nothing lesser than that, or anything that you do even close to that, you can get 5 and 15. Come on, man. Thanks again.
Now, back to your point, Pearly.
They had agreed and said they didn't want to come on early because they were waiting on some communication. Once they get the communication, they will come on the air. The communication did not come in time for them to be able to come on the air, so they asked for some more time, and they said, once the committee has done its due diligence, they will speak with us. That's what I'm saying.
That's fine.
Granted, I won't talk to them today. Granted, you won't talk to them today. But they got. I would want them to cross their T's and dot their I's and come when it's complete.
And
I don't want them
like
to come halfway through it, to have to recant anything or to change anything. So I prefer to wait a couple more days because it ain't killing me.
Right. Well, you see, it got my
finish. We can talk about it.
It got my eyebrow up because I'm looking at it. Okay, you ready to make a statement, and then a certain letter is issued from Babe Ruth, and now it comes. We'll be waiting to hear from Concave and do our due diligence. No, that's a red flag. So I'll wait. I'll stand down.
I don't take it as a red flag.
But no, we got out this conversation.
I'm taking it as they're doing it properly, and I'm taking that they do have a higher body to talk to.
I think it should be standardized, Pearly, moving forward. So we have something in place that we know if people violate moving forward, this is what you're looking at.
You telling me now if Aaron Bowen did throw a water ball at the umpire, what you think was going to happen to Aaron Bowen?
Well, I got to see Aaron throw a water ball at the umpire first. Because Aaron don't show himself and show his bungie like that and embarrass the pinstripes of the New York Yankees to that extent. And that's what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with you getting fired up, but I do have a problem with the Bahamas brand being blemished. That's what I have a problem with. So yeah, there should be some penalties, maybe not as severe, but you just can't sit there and say, well, we taking it out on the Bahamian. Yeah, well, the Bahamian took it out on us by your actions and putting that blemish on the brand. So, there needs to be some penalties, maybe not as severe, but at the end of the day, we toting the black eye for this. The Bahamas toting the black eye for this.
I remember as a young boy going to the Queen Elizabeth Sports Center, baseball stadium. It wasn't no name on it yet. Watching teams like the Bexbys, St. Pauli Girl Barons, St. Michael Dodgers, and others play. The late, great Shervin C. Egg Taylor used to take me to the games all the time. Bob Taylor, C. Egg Taylor, those in the baseball.
And you ain't say how the fact that all of them used to play for I Need a Laundry, sponsored by my late grandfather K.M. Thompson.
Yes,
you ain't want that.
Yes, that was the whole Harlem team. Yes, I Need a Laundry. In any way,
multiple championships, multiple.
I'm saying all of this. The stadium used to be packed. You used to come up there and this standing room, sitting room only. It was a fantastic outing. Kids running up and down. It was packed. And stuff like this started to happen. And baseball, it happened in basketball, it happened in many sports, and those sports can't fill a stadium today.
See, let me tell you.
I'm not saying the penalty is too deep. I'm not saying it is too short. What I am saying is that this kind of stuff can't happen. I don't care if it's just an argument like that. Carry on bad argument. I don't care if it's just water throw.
But let me put it to you like this. Let me put it to you like this, Pearly. And you'll respect the example that I'm going to make out of this. Remember a couple of years ago when Zeke Elliott played for the Dallas Cowboys? There was a story out that he had a confrontation with a young lady, correct?
Yeah.
At Ohio State, back at Ohio, back at the campus where he went back to visit school and had a confrontation with this young lady. She came out, he was physical with me, it was a sexual assault, all that stuff. When they did the due diligence, there was no police report found because there was nothing to answer to according to the Ohio police. There was nothing to answer to the school campus police. They had a district attorney who didn't press charges because there was no case to answer. Okay? But how long did Goodell go on investigating, and then finally still suspended him for 6 games afterwards because he don't like Jerry Jones? All I'm saying is, We all know there's issues with baseball bodies in this country. Do your due diligence first. Have your penalties parameters in place so you know when things happen, this is how it's going to be vetted out. Because you don't want to leave the opportunity for people to say it wasn't handled correctly. Because at the end of the day...
And I'm saying that I believe they're handling correctly by not running to the press, running to us, or anybody just yet. And I'm willing to bet you any amount of money that letter was leaked.
Fair enough.
I don't think the association sent that out like that.
Yeah, but listen, the one I saw from Babe Ruth, boy, listen here. I don't know who wrote that, but whoever's in Babe Ruth has their finger on the pulse of the Bahamas and the economy and what we're trying to do as a nation and what Mr. Davis said he wanted to do as an administration. So, I tell you.
They read the government's our plan.
Yeah, but they read that blueprint for change. Guess boy, hey, it's coding verbatim. Anyway, let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Papa, yeah. You can hear me?
Hey, what's going on, Papa?
Everything cool. Good afternoon, Pearly, too.
Hey, good afternoon.
I was trying to figure out, Mr. Davis, the Prime Minister office, say anything yet to the Babe Ruth letter?
No.
The letter really does sound like a threat in a way, you know. Like they pointing out, when they mention that they want to continue to help us with our sports tourism and help us with our sports tourism, and it just sounds like if we don't agree with what or if the Prime Minister office don't agree with what they said and let who they want run the stuff, and they not saying next year they ready for next year, and they still want the same person to be the head person, so it almost sounds like a threat. But
I wasn't very comfortable with that letter. I thought that letter was. I wasn't. Let me just put as much as that. I wasn't very comfortable with that letter, and I have to say I agree with you, Papa.
Yes, sir. Pearly, I was really waiting on you all yesterday. I mean, I'd like to hear the show back with her and me talking with Brittany, right? But I don't want to know what had happened yesterday. If the people that had the meeting 5 o'clock, like you all did say, and what they decided.
They have access to give them a few more before they come on air.
So what about, okay, I understand that one. I think, what about the answer back to the public, to the media, to say, well, if they stand firm,
well, they got a letter from the, pronounce that for me, please, Noddy. Yes,
Kokawe,
which is the international baseball body is responsible for the Caribbean. And they wrote a letter supporting the Bahamas Baseball Association and supporting the penalties that were passed down.
Okay.
So at this point, there are two other bodies now. That's the body responsible for the Caribbean, and there's a body above them that's responsible for all the Americas, which includes United States, Canada, Mexico, the Bahamas, all us. And then there's the international body that's responsible for the whole world.
Okay,
so there are two other levels.
Body say anything yet? Different from the Caribbean body?
The letter was from the Caribbean body that said that they support the Bahamas.
Two more bodies. They ain't say nothing yet.
They have not, I don't know if they're going to them, but I think there's a level of succession. You have to give them time to see if that's what's going to happen.
See, in this country,
if anything else to happen, it will have to go to the body that's above for the Americas, and then any further to the international body. So that's why I said let's wait and see how this turns out a little bit further before we make many more comments.
Okay, Pearly, I agree with you, and I don't have a problem with waiting, but it's just that in this country, so much things just get sweep underneath the rug. You understand? And it don't be no fall off from the media. And they bring these news to us and tell us some of these embarrassing things, some successful things, and they don't really go and follow up to see if the success still is success, or to see if the embarrassment how it trickled down to the whole country, how it embarrassed the whole country, or what. We need them to hurry up and answer for him if they stand for him, or say they can give the man a break because we can't afford to lose him or whatsoever, and hurry up and get this over with. That should have never. I wish it never did happen, but it happened. Keep up the good work,
I know.
Appreciate you, Papa.
We can keep on it. We can keep on it. I promise you, we can keep on it.
All right, Pearly, let's get to the break though, and like I said, we'll pick this up. We'll keep on it, but what we do have to talk about is a historical night last night. The Team Bahamas knocking off Argentina.
Yeah,
we got to talk about that. We got to show them some love, and then we got to get
down by a bunch of points in the first quarter and storm back. You know, it was almost like a 30-something point swing.
So we're gonna take that break. We're gonna recap that. We'll get our picks in tonight from the Island game, and we'll get you ready for the final 10 today. Probably Colin Cowherd, maybe Rich Eisen. I don't know yet, but we'll figure it out. It's all coming up on the flip side of the break as the Thursday, July 17th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Grab your camera, capture the spirit of the Bahamas, and win cash and prizes. Scotiabank, in partnership with the Guardian Media Group, invites all youth, amateur, and professional photographers to enter the Celebrate Bahamas 50 photography competition, being held under the theme One Nation, One Legacy, Our Future. With more than $8,000 in cash to be won, snap those photos and send them in by August 30th. Visit GuardianTalkRadio.com or bs.scotiabank.com to find out how to enter. Let's celebrate our proud nation in photos. Terms and conditions apply.
Get the flavor explosion that'll satisfy all your bacon cravings. The KFC Sweet and Smoky Bacon Sandwich from the Fried Chicken Experts features 2 crispy strips of bacon on a premium 100% white meat chicken filet, layered with 2 slices of cheese, smoky chipotle mayo, and our secret surprise, sweet bacon jam, all stacked on a buttery brioche bun. Experience the sweet and smoky explosion today, as it's here for a limited time. KFC Sweet and Smoky Bacon Sandwich. It's finger-licking good.
Refined style with elegant taste. The fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama, and let me tell you about a deal you can't afford to miss. It's the 2 Fly Free from Nassau promotion. You heard me right. 2 people can fly free from Nassau. Just go to BahamasResidence.com for all the details so you can start your vacay today. There are 10 participating islands with 35 amazing hotels to choose from. You can go to Abaco, Acklands, Andros, Bimini, Cat Island, Eleuthera, Harbor Island, Exuma, Long Island, or San Salvador. There's so much to do on all these islands, you just may want to go to a few. And why not? With the 2 Fly Free from Nassau deal, it's like getting an island for free. Take your family. Go with friends. Arrange a fun out-of-the-box business meeting or retreat. Your co-workers or employees will love you. Or go on an adventure with the guys. Or a girl's getaway from the guys. Or a romantic trip for 2. Whatever you do, thank me. Visit BahamasResidence.com for more information. That's BahamasResidence.com.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan, dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan, from the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
This Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
On the Thursday, August 17th edition of Talking Heads. And Pearly, let me tell you, man, you know, the boys did that thing last night, man.
Oh, yeah, man. And the young guy was
Big night out.
They look good. They just look good.
Listen. Travis Munnins, man. Travis Munnins, 8 of 8, 20 points, man. Gotta big him up too. Did his thing last night. I think they were overcompensating for the pros, and you know, Munnings got out there for 8 of 8 for 20 points, and the Bahamas got out to 18-point advantage of their own early on. And look at the numbers. Eric Gordon, 24 points, 3 assists. DeAndre Ayton, 22 points, 15 rebounds, 3 bucks. Buddy Hield, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Travis Munnins, 20 points, 4 rebounds. The balance is there. And you know what? The big three keep doing their thing, and we always get a fourth contributor stepping up night in and night out, which is a good thing because you don't know who it's going to be. And then if you get one or two of them popping off on the same night, it's even better. So they're poised to make a run here.
And they beat the number 4 team in the rank. Argentina is ranked 4th in the world.
They are ranked 4th in the world. They cut the deficit to 4 points with 3:28, and a lot of teams would have folded right there. But Ayton Hield and Gordon powered one last 9-1 run to put the game away.
Yeah, but he had a key 3-pointer to put us up by 9. Yep.
Campazzo had 18 points, 10 assists, 7 steals for Argentina. Luca Vildoza, 15 points. Cafaro and Carlos Delfino, 10 points each. And Brusino had 21. So it's not like they didn't put in their usual numbers. You know? I think the good old Bahamian boy stepped up and did that thing. And Eric, the flush, did you see that?
Yeah, of course.
Old man got up there and dunked it, boy. 34, that's old in NBA years, boy. 34, that's old. That's up there.
But he balling. I think he's
34 compared to you is young.
The success of the team. I think he's one of the key factors of the success of the team.
Yeah, when we compare him to you, he's young. He's definitely young. Basketball, it's a lot of years, boy. A lot of mileage on the treads. I know, 2 words. 2 words.
2, that's 2. Just 2.
All right.
No more.
So I think, they've continued. Now they're in. They advance. I think them and Cuba will advance from their pool.
Okay, I thought it might have been Argentina.
No, Argentina and the Bahamas will advance. Correct. Argentina and the Bahamas will advance, and I think in the other side, the other bracket, 2 more will advance from Group B, and you should have a good final.
Semis on Saturday, final on Sunday. Okay.
Correct. So let's see where it goes.
But if we win it, then we in the money for Olympics. We make the
tournament.
We make the
qualifying tournament.
Which is the first couple of days in July.
Well, they need to just pound the rock down there to Buddy and let Buddy do his thing, man.
But
I'm Ayton and let Buddy and them fill it up from the outside.
Rumor has it that there's some talks with the Klay Thompson camp and the NBA Golden State Warriors are getting him released to play for the Bahamas if we make it to the next round.
Well, we'll see. Fingers crossed for that. Now we need to make it to the next round.
We have to win this to make it to the next round. So we have 2 more wins.
Hey, there is a lot. All right. Well, I guess that's Mr. Producer giving us the hint. We got to get to the break, Pearly. So we're going to get to the break. And on the flip side of the break, Colin Cowherd's going to take us home today. But I'll be honest with you.
We're not going to pick quick?
We can pick quick. If you got a couple of ones that you like, hit me up real quick with who you like.
Of course, I like the Dodgers again over those Milwaukee Brewers. We on a roll right now. We playing some of the best baseball in baseball.
You're becoming that guy. Hurry up and pick.
But listen, look at the catching feelings.
Yes.
I like I put the Diamondbacks tonight.
Uh-huh.
And that's basically it. I mean, I like the Mets over the Cardinals. That's it. Ain't much game tonight.
I'm in my pinstripe feelings. Get it right.
And the Guardians and the Guardians over the Tigers.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Those 3, and then if you really, really want to look at it, I like the Eagles to beat the Browns in exhibition football tonight.
Oh, snap. Yeah, boy, preseason on. Oh, God, thank you, Jesus. You know me, Isaac Jones, when it comes to the NFL, I'll watch anything, even the Eagles tonight against the Browns. I ain't going
to watch the whole game. I ain't going to watch like the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, a quarter or 2, but that's a little something.
It's on the NFL Network. I probably watched the first 2 quarters. When halftime come, I gone.
There you go.
By the time halftime come, the Dodgers on anyway, so I just gone.
Well, you know you can put that parlay together courtesy of Pearly and better with the Island Game. Simply log on to theislandgame.com, all right? And check out the sports book and always play responsibly. I appreciate that.
And just before we go, you remember the fella who dropped the glove and said he ready to fight and get punched up? You know what out?
Yeah.
He got one game take off his suspension. So instead of 6 games, he's out for 5. Tim Anden. He got box. He been dropping the glove. Well, he got what he was looking for.
He dropped to the ground after that.
Knocked out.
You just got knocked out. I with you on that. All right, Pearly, good stuff, man. We'll do it again tomorrow, man. Quick break, flip side of the break. Colin Cowherd will be taking us home. And Colin's talking about the quarterbacks that he predicts will win their division this year in football. Listen out to see if he picks Tua over there in the AFC East there.
All right.
All right? All right. We'll do it again tomorrow, man. Y'all be safe and be good. And if you can't be good at it. We'll see you tomorrow, Bahamas.
Are you dreaming of the perfect summer getaway? Apply for a debt consolidation or personal loan to win an airline ticket to Paris, Miami, or New York. Win up to $2,500 in cash and more. Call 356-7764 for Nassau, 602-6811 for Freeport, 823-4374 for Abaco.
As a parent and pediatrician, I know how important it is to keep our little ones up to date with their childhood immunizations. When your little ones are immunized, they have protection against diseases like measles, whooping cough, and polio, which has a treatment or cure. When the immunized child is exposed to the germs that cause these diseases, their immune system is prepared to fight immediately, preventing sickness and even death. Parents have been doing this for years to protect their children. Now it's your turn to keep your little ones safe.
Vaccines are essential for new and returning students. As you begin back-to-school preparations, ensure that your children's vaccinations are up to date. Vaccines are available at all public health clinics. This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and USAID.
When faced with an illness like cancer, we band together, and we at Cleveland Clinic in Florida have your back. From advanced cancer treatments to extra safety measures at all of our locations, we're with you on this journey. For every infusion and follow-up, for every step of the way, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic in Florida. Get the care you need when and where you need it. To learn more or connect with a local representative, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Put your best foot forward this school year by shopping at John's for your back-to-school foot care needs. From toddlers to college students, have your child looking smart in a pair of Hush Puppies, Sperry, Easy Strider brand styles, and many more. Durable and sharp, the kids will step with confidence all year. Need socks and a belt? We've got you covered. And don't forget a new backpack and lunch containers. You can find all this and more at the best prices and customer service in town at John's on Rosetta Street Road. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Ready for something very delicious this summer? Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte. Enjoy the bold flavors of Dunkin' Espresso and sweet, luscious strawberry, all topped with velvety whipped cream and irresistible cookie crumbles for a match made in latte heaven. Make Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte your go-to beverage this summer. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Grab your camera, capture the spirit of the Bahamas, and win cash and prizes. Scotiabank, in partnership with the Guardian Media Group, invites all youth, amateur, and professional photographers to enter the Celebrate Bahamas 50 photography competition, being held under the theme One Nation, One Legacy, Our Future. With more than $8,000 in cash to be won, snap those photos and send them in by August 30th. Visit GuardianTalkRadio.com or bs.scotiabank.com to find out how to enter. Let's celebrate our proud nation in photos. Conditions apply.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all
day. There is a lot going on live in Los Angeles. It's The Herd, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. Thanks for making us part of your day. Basically, FS1 is The Herd channel. Undisputed back August 28th. First things first is on vacation this week. So I walk in the building this morning and I'm getting a lot of me, and I'm almost exhausted by seeing me. So if you are too, I totally understand. J-Mac is joining me. Greg Cosell 1 hour from now. First time this year. We bring Greg Cosell on every Thursday, top of second hour. What is he seeing? I've got my hottest take of the football season, top of next hour, and I don't think it's a hot take. J-Mac, I had an epiphany last night.
Okay, about life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, football?
No, it was about division winners in the NFL.
Ah, yes. Always dreaming about football, Cowherd, yes.
Snipe. And, there's an old saying in sports, paralysis by analysis, just don't overthink the room. And I thought to myself, we want to know who's going to win in this league. If you have a great quarterback, we know in the Brady-Belichick divorce, the quarterback's more important than the coach. But if you have a great quarterback or the best quarterback in a division, and you have a competent coach, hopefully, he's been around a while, you have a really strong likelihood of winning that division or at least being a playoff team. So I was looking over because I still get one or two more tweaks until I unveil my final NFL predictions. And I was sitting there thinking this morning, if you just took the most productive quarterback from last year in every division and hopefully bring the same coach back, I'm just going to make that my division winner. Well, it just so happens most of them have been that, with one or two exceptions. So this morning, as of this morning, here is who I would pick. Josh Allen was the most productive quarterback last year, so I'm going to take Buffalo to win the AFC East. Also, continuity brings back a successful head coach. All right? I'll take Patrick Mahomes, most productive quarterback in his division, continuity, same head coach. I'll take Trevor Lawrence, second year with Doug Peterson, most productive quarterback in the division. And finally, Joe Burrow. Now, this just happens to be who I was going to pick anyway, right? I'd played around a little bit with Miami, but I can't trust Tua's health. So I'm just going by my new theory. Most productive quarterback last year, and do you bring back continuity with the head coach? That's what blew up last year, Denver. Russell Wilson, new team, new coach, there was too many moving parts. So let's go now to the NFC. Okay, I'm going to take in the NFC East Jalen Hurts. He was the most productive quarterback in that division, brings back Nick Sirianni for, I think it's year 3. Okay, then we go to the NFC West. This is my change. Geno Smith was the most productive quarterback. Brock Purdy didn't play enough games. Matt Stafford didn't play a lot. And Kyler Murray didn't. So this is my revelation. What am I doing here? Seattle had another good draft. The O-line was young, worn out at the end of last year, should be better. Their first 4 draft picks are viewed as A's across the board with 2 playmakers and a star corner. Then we go in the NFC South. Now, this was the one I go, okay, who was the most productive quarterback in the division? It's Derek Carr. Now, he was in a different conference, the better conference. But there isn't a quarterback and a coaching change. So the coach was there, and Derek was productive. They meet in New Orleans. I'll take the Saints. And finally, Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins are a virtual tie, and they both bring back the coach. So Goff and Cousins have strikingly similar numbers. But, they literally passing yards are the same. Passer rating, Goff slight edge. The difference is Cousins threw twice as many interceptions. And if it's a coin flip, I'll take the quarterback who made fewer mistakes. I tend to think Goff is more talented anyway. So I will take now Detroit to win the NFC North. So in all these now, Allen, Mahomes, Lawrence, Burrow, Hurts, Geno, Derek, and Goff, I take the most productive quarterback of last year. Only once is there no coach quarterback continuity, but unlike Denver last year, Dennis Allen, the head coach in New Orleans, was already there, and Derek was highly productive. So there you go. And I think I was overthinking Seattle, and I was overthinking the NFC West. Arizona's in a total rebuild. The Rams are in a semi-rebuild. There's some real weaknesses. J-Max pointed that out. Most people have them at 6 wins. In San Francisco, Brock Purdy's not healthy. Trey Lance drama. Sam Darnold's looked better than both at practice and in their games. There's too much noise. It's just too much noise at quarterback, even though they have the best roster. So there is my revelation. Most productive quarterback from last year. Coaching continuity. Seattle is now in NFC West. And I'm going to take coin flip Jared Goff. NFC's harder to pick because you don't have superstar quarterbacks. I'll take Goff in Detroit to win over Minnesota by inches. battle to the last couple of weekends. There you go. There you go. A little bit of revelation last night. I'm just going with best quarterback last year, and if you give me the coach, I'm going to go with that too. Because what blows up franchises? Inconsistent quarterbacks, new coach, new system, not sure. All this stuff. The only one you worry about is, do the Saints really have the right coach? I don't know, but he's coming back. I'm getting the system, and Derek looked really good last week in his one appearance. So there you go. J-Mac, any quick reactions on that?
I'll just say, if we did this last year, you probably would have had Stafford in the NFC West, right? Stafford coming off the Super Bowl. Last year at this time.
Yes.
And you would have probably had Dak over Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen Hurts didn't win a playoff game.
Right.
And in the South, you would have had Tom Brady. So a lot of changes in the NFC, and you would have certainly had Aaron Rodgers over Golfer Cousins.
So, as we've said, the AFC's easier to pick than the NFC. So that's why the NFC, I'm just going to go with what I know. Goff with Dan Campbell, it looks good. Derek Carr with this roster, which is clearly the best in division, looks good. I thought about Desmond Ridder when I did this morning, but he only started 4 games. So he was really a backup.
His preseason has not been great so far. The reports out of practice are Desmond Ridder's not crushing it, let's just say.
So there we go. There as of now. I don't have all my playoff stuff all baked in yet, but I'm going Bills, Chiefs, Jags, Bengals, Eagles, Seahawks, Saints, Lions.
So do you still have the Niners in the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay.
I just saw a story this morning. Shanahan not worried about Brock Purdy's consistent interception issues in camp. Trey Lance drama. Darnold looked great in the game, has reportedly been the best at practice. So what happens if they're just like Purdy's struggling with his arm and Darnold starts for 3 weeks? That's on the table right now. Seattle knows exactly who's quarterbacking. So I'm going with that continuity. All right, second story. Report. Jets have discussed trading for David Bakhtiari, all-pro Green Bay left tackle. Story. Mekhi Becton needs to show he can play without needing to come out. Robert Saleh. At least the Jets know the issue. So it's one thing. There are a lot of problems in life that you can get to eventually. If you're 29 years old, your retirement, you got some tarmac there. Or let's say you want to lose 10 to 12 pounds before your wedding in 9 months. You've got some time on those. What's concerning about the Jets' offensive line, it is the opposite of RELAX. Go to the Jets' schedule until October 29th. So you start Monday, September 11th. The Bills, second in scoring defense, Von Miller may play. Next up, the Cowboys and the Patriots tied for third in sacks. Week 4, the Chiefs, second in sacks. After that, the Broncos, second and third down defensive percentage that get you off the field. Week 6, the Eagles, first in sacks. And then Week 8, the Giants tied for sixth in